Big story of the week, though, was Willie Gay Jr. So Willie Gay Jr. Suspended for 4 games for violating the NFL conduct policy from a January arrest for misdemeanor property damage, which a lot of people didn't think it was a big deal. I think he damaged the vacuum cleaner, but maybe it's more than that. But 4 games, he's not appealing it. So the 4 games he's going to miss is the Colts, Buccaneers, the Raiders, and the Bills. So those are the 4 games he's going to miss. Those are some tough games there. So what do you have to say about as far as the impact with the loss of Willie Gay? How big of a loss is that, not having Willie Gay for the next 4 games?
And I mean, that's huge. You know, you're talking about one of your emotional leaders that everybody, they get a lot of energy from him. You know, they thrive off of what he brings to the table defensively. And then you're talking about just the athlete and the player that he is. I mean, he makes plays out there. I mean, he's all over the field. I mean, he's one of the elite linebackers, I would say, in the league, to be honest with you, just with his athletic ability and what he gives to a team. And so that's a significant blow for the Chiefs. We got some guys, Chenal, some guys in here who can come in and play. I mean, but it's not going to be Willie Gay. We understand that. I mean, he's got experience, and there's some things that he does well. He does some things really well at that position. But I know, Bolton and those guys are going to get him. The young guys who's going to come in and take his spot, they're going to get him prepared for sure. I mean, and I want to talk about, man, I just think right now the suspension, I think it's silly. I do. I just think, how they went about it and giving him the 4 games, I don't know, seemed a little harsh, especially if it wasn't, I get the whole look. I'm not excusing or validating or justifying anything that he did wrong as far as, the whole scenario and the scene, how it went down. Not at all. I don't condone that whatsoever. Right. And he doesn't condone it. He'll tell you, I mean, he said it himself. Like, he made a mistake and it was a wrong thing to do and how to go about it. But I think that, the 4 games in itself, I don't know. I don't know how to quite feel about that. I think he showed some remorseful feelings. I think he was very remorseful. I think showed some contrition about the whole situation. So I think a guy that comes in immediately was apologetic, was something that they could have looked at and said, you know what, this guy right here gets it. He understood what he did was wrong. Even though he didn't put his hands on someone and put in the situation, it was a little bit, volatile. 4 games, I don't know. It's the NFL, though, man. You can go back and forth with this argument on saying, was it warranted to give him the 4 games or not? Mm-hmm. I don't know. So I just think I felt like bringing it up because I think it needed to at least be said, saying, there's things that has been done in the league, guys have done that might have gotten less time, or it's not equivalent to the punishment.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, you also look at as an example, which I've seen people bring up in regards to this Willie Gay situation is, Mike Evans, this is not his first time getting into a fight on the field, and he's only getting 1 game for that. Whereas, misdemeanor property damage that happened almost a year ago, 4 games for that. I mean, I don't know. It's not.
Right. Yeah. Oh, look. And there's guys, look, I was talking to guys this weekend talking about Mike Evans. Why should he be suspended? They thought it was silly, him getting suspended for 1 game. I'm thinking that's part of the integrity of the game too, right? Sure. It might have warranted having more than just 1 suspension. I mean, because you disrupting the entire thing, and it's happened more than once. Yeah. So I don't know. How do you justify these things, and who's the making the decision fully at the end? I know it's Goodell for doing it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is so far with this, Andy Reid said that the guy who's going to get the first dibs at this job is going to be Darius Harris, 3rd-year linebacker out of Middle Tennessee. So yeah. He's been around the block a little bit for 3 years now. He's been with us for pretty much that entire time. So he's going to get his chance to be in the spotlight. No more Ben Neiman. It's Darius Harris time.
Damn it! Look, and he's an athletic guy. I like a lot what he does too. So he's definitely capable of coming in and being in that position. And I think he'll do a really good job. Like you said, he's got some experience on him. And so it wouldn't necessarily have to be necessarily all young with Chenal. But hey, Harris is going to come in. I think he's going to play really well. And so, especially, I mean, this week, man, you got, that monster in the backfield who really hadn't really shown too much this past year, but he's waiting for a breakout game. And so this game right here, we should try to get back on track. What better way to do it than with the Chiefs, right? This will get them right where they need to be, get people off their back with all the negative stuff they're talking about them, so it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, and also I think they talked to Leo Chenal this week about going against his former teammate and Jonathan Taylor. He said we didn't really get to tackle him a lot in practice because he was so good that no one could really tackle him or bring him down. So he had a shot this week.
Right. Well, that's why I was like, the Leo need to be in it, to make sure he stuffs it. Like he's used to, okay, wait a minute. I know how this guy runs. I know what he's all about. So
perfect guy in there for scouting report right there, though.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get podcasts.